Welcome back again. Now, a summary is a shortened version of a text. The important thing to remember is that we summarize all the time in our everyday lives. Have you ever told someone else a story you heard from a friend? Chances are you shortened or you summarized the story. When you get into your workplace, you will find that you often need to summarize what a client says when you tell your boss. Or you may need to summarize what you have read to write a report. For all these reasons, the skills you develop when you summarize is going to be vital in your life skills. When it comes to summarizing, I believe the two main ingredients for success is careful reading and clear understanding of what you've read. You can only write an accurate, shorter version of a text if you read it carefully and understood what you read. You will have noticed that I said that you will summarize text for specific purposes, to write a report, to share information, or whatever other reason. So that you can develop the skill, you will find that all the summaries that you have to do at school give you a context or a background, which is the purpose of the summary, and the special instructions as well. Now, the context gives you a sense of why you are doing the summary, and the instructions will tell you how you must summarize a text. Now, we'll start off by looking at the sort of context or background information that you are given. Your class has decided on a theme, teenagers and their problems, for your oral assessment task. Since many of the learners in your class suffer from skin problems, you have chosen to give them a talk on spots and pimples. Read the article below and then summarize the main points for inclusion in your talk. Why are you doing the summary? That's right, to develop some points for a talk about skin problems. What is the source of your information? Yes, an article about skin problems. Do you see how this information about the summary that you have to complete gives you a reason or a purpose for your task? I'm sure you'll agree that this will make it a lot easier to do. Let's look at another example. Imagine that you're preparing a short talk for a class on caring for your teeth. You wish to include the main points from the article below in your talk. Read the article below and summarize the main points. Would you agree that this example is very similar to the last one? Yes. Once again, you are summarizing a text to do a talk, this time on caring for your teeth. And now for something completely different. Imagine that you are preparing an essay on dieting and eating disorders. Read the article below and extract 7 important points to include in your essay. Your summary in this case is part of the planning process for writing an essay. I'm sure that these examples have given you a good sense of the different purposes for writing a summary. So let's take a look at a useful method for writing a successful summary. The first step should come as no surprise to you. Read the instructions carefully and follow them. Make sure that you know what you have to do, and then do what you've been told. I think it would be a good idea to look at some instructions from various summary questions to give you a sense of the sort of things that you are asked to do. These first instructions come from the summary about skin problems. I'll give you a few moments to read them, and then we will talk about them. Right, so how many points must you write? Yes, 7. Should you write the points as a paragraph? No. Instruction 3 says that you must write only 1 point per line. May you copy your points word for word? No. Read instruction 4 again. You must use your own words as far as possible. Should you bother to count your words and write them down? Of course you must. Look at instruction number 5. I wonder if you're thinking, why on earth is she going through all this? Well, you'd be amazed how many learners simply ignore these instructions and lose marks. I hope that after today, you will not be one of those learners. Just to make sure you get the message, let's look at the instructions of the summary on caring for the teeth. You'll notice how similar they are to the previous set of instructions. Notice though that here you must use not more than 70 words. What do you think will happen if you do? Marks will be deducted. The memorandum will say how many marks, but it can be up to 1 mark for every 5 words over the limit. It may not sound a lot, but the summary is only worth 10 marks, and 1 mark is obviously 10%. I would think that you would want to ensure that you did not lose any marks for carelessness now, wouldn't you? You will have noticed that the warning in each set of instructions that failure to follow instructions will result in you being penalized. Please take this seriously. We're going to take a short break now, and when we come back, we will look at the rest of the successful summary process. I'll be back just now.